Everyone's wrong about the new KamadoJoe Konnected Joe, and here's why.
Big thanks to KamadoJoe for sponsoring this episode.
This is it, my KamadoJoe Konnected Joe, and it's been with me for half a year. But a year ago, I got my own testing version that we put in this video. I had loads of fun with it, and it was a whole new experience. It wasn't quite a learning experience. It was more of a change your mind kind of experience, like a epiphany. That's the word. Not that it looks different to the regular KamadoJoe. The fact that this barbecue has a screen with buttons and an app connectivity. But these are all features that we should love. Why do we think we don't actually need this? Because it can't be the price. It's priced almost the same as the regular barbecue. Wi-Fi connection, 3 probe plugs, checking your barbecue in the app, changing the temperatures. All that for almost the same price as a regular barbecue. And yet when I tell my friends about this barbecue, and I tell them very, very proudly about how good it is, most of them say, it's not a real barbecue. Because a real barbecue is not electric. And you see, that's where everybody's wrong. This is not an electric grill. This is a charcoal grill at heart. Look, it looks the same as a charcoal grill. You put charcoal in it. You have the vents on top, below, with which you can control the temperatures inside the grill. And yes, of course, it has a plug, but that's because it also has a fan, and it has Wi-Fi, and it has buttons. So you kind of need that plug, even though it's a charcoal grill. The idea behind it is that you're cooking the same way. Just look, I'm cooking pork belly right now. Beautiful, charcoal smoked pork belly. A little chunk of smoke wood on top. And it does exactly the same thing that my regular KamadoJoe does, except it gets a little bit of help. Not for the barbecue. The barbecue doesn't need help. I do. I need a little bit of help. Because like every dad, I have responsibilities on Saturday. Kids go to soccer practice. We do groceries, birthday parties. We got more parties. I got loads of parties. And yet, at the end of the day, everybody expects dad to come up with a delicious recipe from the barbecue. And preferably something that is juicy, tender, smoked to perfection. Because it will allow me to put this pork belly on at 9 o'clock in the morning and 12 hours later come back to find my pork belly cooked to absolute perfection. Without having a nervous breakdown, wondering what is going on in my barbecue. It's just a nice way of stress-free barbecue in an otherwise really hectic day. Of course, on a Sunday I can just unplug it and just open the vents and control it with the vents and tell my wife, sorry honey, there's something wrong with the electricity, I don't know what it is. I might need to sit next to my barbecue on a chair, have a couple of beers and wait for the food to be done. Yes, I get away with that. And that's why I think everybody's wrong about the KamadoJoe Konnected Joe. At least everybody that tells me that this is an electric grill and that the electricity that the barbecue uses to get controlled with is a bad thing. Because this really is a blessing in disguise. And if you're worried about all these things that can break down on this grill, then we need to talk about KamadoJoe. This is a high quality built barbecue. I think half a year in the PITMASTERX studio is the same as 5 years in a regular backyard. And look at it. It didn't break down once, no hiccups, no failures, no rust. This barbecue is an absolute machine. I did an experiment with chicken on it. I did low and slow cooking on it. I've grilled on it. I've roasted on it. And every time I had perfect results. All in all, it's stress-free barbecue at its finest. And I understand that it feels like a sales pitch. It really is a sales pitch, and yet it isn't, because I love this barbecue. And I want you to love it too, because it just makes sense. Now I'm going to give you one word of advice, and this is something that you might not want to let everybody know. But if you sell your old KamadoJoe, you're going to get a lot of money for it on the internet. Especially now when the barbecue season is kind of starting. For the people that have a barbecue season. So you can add a little bit of money and then buy this. You know, I know what I would do if I were you. Because however much I love this barbecue and however much big this is, it's a giant. Not everybody needs this size of barbecue. Everybody needs this size of barbecue. Every dad needs the control, and everyone needs tasty food. Everyone does. No excuses. And of course it comes with all these beautiful graphs that tell you that I just opened the lid, what's going on with the probes, the core temperature in your food. The point is, this barbecue is for you. It is kind of like the ultimate barbecue for the person that barbecues. You like charcoal, you like the flavor, you like to sear a steak over charcoal with a cast iron grill. And at the same time, you like to make some pulled pork every now and then. And being able to do that while also doing your other chores, like mowing the lawn. I really just feel that everybody who doesn't own a KamadoJoe like this is kind of missing out. Just saying. Look at this beauty. Beep, beep, beep. It beeps at you. What more do you want? And if you don't agree with me, I'd love to know. Tell me down below in the comments.